Deathcap, the Amanita phalloides that eats livers. Disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. I am not a medical professional and I will not be held responsible for any decision, experiment or misuse of information shown here. If you suspect mushroom poisoning, seek emergency medical care immediately. Do not attempt to diagnose or treat this yourself. You want danger? Meet the Deathcap, Amanita phalloides, a pretty, unassuming mushroom that looks like something from a fairy tale. Except the fairies want you dead. One bite, one forkful, and the clock starts on a nightmare your body cannot feel. Until it's too late. This is the mushroom that steals organs, erases liver cells, and has been implicated in deaths across continents. Stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll never look at a mushroom patch the same way again. What it looks like, and where it hides. At first glance, the Deathcap seems harmless, a smooth, slightly sticky cap that can range from olive green to pale yellow, even creamy white. Its gills are white, its stem the same, topped with a delicate ring and the killer clue, if you know to look, a sac-like cup called the vulva at the base, usually hidden under leaves or soil. And here's where it becomes deadly deceptive. The Deathcap looks alarmingly similar to several perfectly edible mushrooms, including the paddy straw mushroom, the Caesar's mushroom, and even some young puffballs when they've not yet opened. People have picked it thinking it was breakfast, or that extra garnish for a beef Wellington. And that's the gamble, the most dangerous mistake a forager can make. Because when it comes to wild mushrooms, almost sure is never sure enough. Deathcaps live in partnership with the roots of trees like oak, birch and chestnut, quietly growing in woodlands, parklands and gardens. They've spread far beyond Europe, found now across North America, Asia and Australia, hitchhiking with imported trees and taking root wherever humans plant them. How the Deathcap kills the Deathcap's lethal punch comes from a group of toxins known as amatoxins, especially alpha-amanitin. These microscopic assassins attack at the molecular level, locking on to RNA polymerase II, the enzyme that allows every cell in your body to create essential proteins. Once that process stops, the cells suffocate and die. The liver, the body's chemical factory, is the first to fall. Then the kidneys. Once the liver fails, toxins flood the bloodstream and the body begins to destroy itself from the inside out. And here's the worst part. No amount of cooking, boiling, frying or freezing neutralizes this poison. The Deathcap remains deadly in every form. The cruel timeline. Symptoms that lie to you. The Deathcap's cruelty lies in its timing. For the first 6 to 24 hours after eating it, you might feel fine, maybe just a little uneasy. Then suddenly it begins. Violent vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, dehydration so severe it feels like your organs are being wrung out. After 24 to 72 hours, those symptoms ease and victims think they're recovering. But inside, the liver is collapsing, cells are dying, toxins rising. By day 3 to 6, the false calm breaks. Jaundice sets in, confusion, internal bleeding, and organ failure. Without immediate and expert medical treatment, coma and death follow, often within a week to 16 days. Just one mushroom, as little as 30 grams, can kill an adult, a child, much less. Can it be treated? There is no simple antidote. Doctors work fast to remove what toxins they can. Activated charcoal, IV fluids, and careful monitoring of liver function. In Europe, psilocybin, derived from milk thistle, has shown some promise in blocking the toxin's effect. High-dose penicillin and N-acetylcysteine are sometimes used too. But if the liver fails, the only hope is a liver transplant. Even then, survival depends entirely on how quickly treatment begins. Time is the difference between life and death. Famous deaths and historical cases. History is full of whispers of the Deathcap. It's believed that the Roman Emperor Claudius was murdered with a dish of mushrooms laced with Amanita phalloides, served by his wife Agrippina to clear the way for her son Nero. The symptoms described match amatoxin poisoning perfectly. Across centuries, the deathcap has claimed countless lives, noble, poor, soldier, and farmer alike. It remains the #1 cause of fatal mushroom poisonings worldwide, the Erin Patterson case, Australia's modern mushroom murder. Fast forward to 2023, and this ancient killer resurfaced in a quiet Australian town called Leongatha. Erin Patterson invited her former in-laws to lunch, serving a homemade beef Wellington. Within days, 3 of her guests were dead and a 4th barely clinging to life. Patterson claimed she'd used store-bought mushrooms, but investigators found evidence suggesting otherwise, including a discarded food dehydrator used to prepare them. In 2025, after a lengthy trial, she was found guilty of 3 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder. The jury took just hours to decide. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 33 years before parole. That case became a global warning, not only about the deathcap's power, but about the danger of ignorance and intent mixed with nature's most perfect poison. How long to death? There is no single answer. It depends on dose, health, and how quickly the victim gets medical help. Without treatment, death can strike in under a week. With rapid intervention, survival is possible, but often only after weeks in hospital and sometimes with a new liver. Make no mistake, this is not a poison you walk away from lightly. This is a coin toss with death. Stay alive, stay sensible. Never eat wild mushrooms unless you are absolutely certain of what they are. If you feel unwell after eating wild fungi, get to a hospital immediately. Do not rely on folk remedies or wait to see what happens. Early medical help saves lives. Closing. The deathcap is beautiful by accident and murderous by design. It hides in plain sight beneath our trees, looks like dinner, and kills with patience and precision. When it comes to wild mushrooms, curiosity can be fatal. If you're not 100% certain, don't pick it, don't cook it, and for heaven's sake, don't eat it. Treat every unknown mushroom like a loaded weapon. If this video made you uneasy, good. That unease might save your life. Subscribe for more true stories of nature's most dangerous creations. And remember, curiosity is fine, as long as it doesn't end up on your plate.